Yeah. Action. I think a little bit. Maybe a little bit. You buy a coffee shop.
That just skinny.
Oh, skinny jeans. H&M Saint Laurent.
What?
DPR live.
I'm bad. Shout out to DPR. Shout out my nigga Gucci. Hello, freaks and geeks, and welcome back to another episode of Fandemic Nation podcast. We are your hosts, Saturn, Nina.V. And today's episode is culture appropriation versus culture appreciation. Before we jump in, let's actually ground ourselves in what the hell that even means, right? What is culture appropriation? Nina, I'll pass it to you.
Culture appropriation is the act of taking or using elements from a culture that is not one's own, particularly when the originating culture is marginalized or oppressed, and the element is used in a way that strips its original meaning, creates stereotypes, or results in profit or praise for the dominant group.
Nice. Really clear and to the point. And what about culture appreciation?
It's the practice of learning about, understanding, and respecting other cultures with an emphasis on mutual exchange and connection rather than taking elements out of context or for personal gain.
Nice. The reason we really chose this topic is because it's really dominant in fandom culture to have these kind of conversations around culture appropriation. It dominates so many different conversations around cosplayers, around the K-pop fandom, anime fans, even gamers. A lot of people are constantly having the conversation around culture appropriation, especially with musicians, even here in the US. So we're like, okay, we can't talk about fandom culture and then not talk about this topic, right? And a lot of times people are kind of like mixing the two up, and the line is a little bit blurred between the two. So we thought it'd be great to like actually sit down and like talk about what it is. Something about culture appropriation that really stands out to me in the definition is like the fact that even in definition it talks about the marginalized group, right? And how their culture is being kind of used in a way for profit or for mockery, right? And they're not getting the profit is being given to the dominant group, right? So I think that a lot of times just because someone is like participating in someone else's culture, that doesn't mean that necessarily culture appropriation. There's some context that needs to be visible first for you to kind of really know. But sometimes the signs are obvious. Like if you're gonna be a person who's gonna straight up be racist, but then you got your whole swag from the group that is marginalized that you're being racist towards, and it's like, get your culture appropriating ass out of here. Like you cannot, actually you can't wear street fashion. No, street fashion is for everybody. It's a trend. Street fashion is a trend and it's also black and it's always been black and it's always gonna be black, right? So like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of things that and styles everyone can do that are aligned with street fashion. We're not saying you can't do it if you're not black, but you can't be a fucking racist and then want to participate in street fashion. It's weird. What are you guys' thoughts?
Kiss of life.
For context, can you tell people what Kiss of Life is? Because they might not know and they might not know.
So this goes in between literally the K-pop fandom and Black fans. There's a group called Kiss of Life. They basically have their whole representation concept of Black community and what was built from us. And they actually planned what was that, hip hop party?
A birthday party.
A birthday party, and
we were just talking about how I don't like going live. Look, it went live.
Party and it went live on purpose for all of it to be like, yeah, and like be very stereotypical, like how they're perceived. Of course, they're in Korea. They don't see Black people in person every day. They don't see Black people every day unless they come to the U.S. And of course, they ain't gonna do it in front of our face, but they went live. They were just giving it the curls, the baggy pants, and this and that, and clearly we took offense to that. They were mocking Black culture. It's like The only reason why you make the money you make is because of Black culture.
Yeah, I think the thing that distinctively made that culture appropriation was the mockery. Because like having hip hop parties and having like, let's say if they had posters of Black artists and they were in, hip hop fashion and talking about like the different things they appreciate about hip hop culture and Black culture, that wouldn't have been weird.
No.
That wouldn't have been. I mean, it would have been weird in the sense that it's not common because people don't really show us as much love and give us enough credit.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been, disrespectful. It would have been them participating in culture and culture appreciation. But instead, when you're putting on our aesthetic as a mask to then like project this kind of image in a mockery it's almost like they were trying to do a comedy sketch.
Yes.
They had the baby hairs and they had the big hoops in the hip hop fashion, and then they're like yelling at each other and sucking their teeth, rolling their eyes and being loud and clapping their hands and doing things that are really stereotypical. And it's kind of the same stereotypes that Black people get stigmatized for, right? So it's like felt really inappropriate because there was no love shown to the Black community in your life, but you're trying to portray it in a way where you feel that it's funny, and it's
disrespectful.
And it felt disrespectful. It's like very much felt like a mockery to me.
And they also,
and I was actually a Kiss of Life fan. I wasn't I'm not a Kiss of Life hater, so it was really sucked when I saw it because I was like, oh, I thought that you guys were fucking with us. Like, because you're always doing, Caribbean based, hip hop based R&B styling and music. I was like, oh, they probably fuck with us. They probably love us. And then when I saw that, I said, oh, they're just getting profit from our culture, but they don't respect our culture. That's unfortunate, There's a lack of awareness and a lack of education for sure. And it's not an excuse. It's just a reality. You know what I mean? Like, you really shouldn't be allowed to profit off of anyone's culture without minimally having some kind of background and education on that said culture.
That was from the K-pop perspective. From the cosplay/anime community, there's been a lineage for animes where a lot of the characters are usually either Japanese or American or British, London, European. And the artist portrayed them in a certain way, but when you come down to a Hispanic person, Black person, they exercise those features to an extreme, and like it kind of derails a lot of people who would like to enjoy cosplay as they should. They just take regular characters, like the famous ones, the leads, and cosplay as them because they're like, okay, I'm gonna disregard that and I'm gonna enjoy cosplaying how I want to. And then you have this whole community running back against you, like, oh my god, it's Black Goku. Oh my god, it's Black Yoruichi. Oh, like, Yoruichi is Black. I mean, you're just trying to emphasize that you're racist by calling me out of the character.
I just think it's so weird too because like if you're white and you cosplay as a Japanese character, no one
is that not?
No, this is weird. But if you're Black and you cosplay as a Japanese character, it's like, oh no, he's not Black. Sure. Character's not Black. It's like what? And it is weird with they illustrate them. Like they'll illustrate a white character, like a character like you said that's British with the same features as a Japanese character, but then when it comes to anime and Black character, they really struggle. It does feel like a mockery. Like, why don't they just have the same features? If you're gonna make everybody have the same features, why exclude us? Like just change the skin color and keep it moving, right? Or like if you're gonna draw the features, then draw people's features respectively. Don't kind of just draw like it's like across animes. It's not like one anime we're talking about. Across animes, there's these stereotypical Black features on these characters, and it's really strange and kind of like gives me the creeps. Like, why are you doing that? Like, if I was watching a diversity of different Black characters and I saw that one stereotypical one, I might not even really think negatively about it, right? I might just think it's unique to the character. But because those same stereotypical features are on every Black anime character, it becomes a problem. It feels like disrespect. Obviously, there are some people who have been, doing a better job of animating Black characters. Put them in the comments. I'll watch whatever. Any anime that has a Black character that's animated correctly, put it in the comments so I can watch it.
If y'all want to know too, I got a couple where they actually excel. It's just this, like,
Period. Nina.V, what are your thoughts on the topic?
Let's go back to y'all thoughts.
No thoughts on the topic at all, and not just on anime, but in general.
I mean, yes and no.
She's so good.
You can take more time to think if you want. Remember, we're not live. This is why I don't go live, bro. What?
My thoughts are representation for in all aspects is very important, and
Period.
thanks.
True.
Let's start with that.
That's a
Number
beautiful
one.
bro.
Right.
You know, in terms of race, in terms of sexual orientation, in terms of disability, ageism, doesn't really matter. I think representation for all of us is very important, but I think kind of combining all of our episodes, obviously race hits the hardest, and it's something, it's something that we see every day. It happens every minute. It doesn't matter what platform you are on, TikTok, whatever movies you watch, shows you watch, it's always there when it comes to the olden ages where Black face, Asian face was a lot more of a thing. And now you've got TikToks and random shorts about white content creators discovering things for the first time when it's not really discovering, it's been there the whole time. So, like, I understand why I myself am not at the forefront of it. I'm the kind of the lighter person here out of my three friends. I'm gonna let them have their moment to shine and make sure that, you know, they are heard, because I know this topic is very important for my friends.
I just wish more people were like you in general.
Yeah.
Like, you know, create safe spaces or platforms for people who are from marginalized communities to have a voice to speak. And people don't really want to acknowledge the fact that we're different because they're afraid to have the conversation because it's uncomfortable and awkward. But it's important to acknowledge the conversation that we're different, and that's okay. And that some people are going to experience things that you can't really relate to. Like, you might have, we've all experienced some level of disrespect. We've all experienced some level of discrimination, right? But we cannot compare each other's struggles, right? There are certain things that you're gonna experience as a darker skinned person that you're not gonna experience as a lighter skinned person. And people are scared to actually say that out loud. And it's immature. Like, you gotta grow up. That's because it's reality. Like, this is happening.
That's what we're living.
So I really wish more people were like you to give a voice to people who feel silenced all the time. Or often when someone speaks up about their experiences being darker, people try to say, well, I've had this and this has happened to me, and I know someone who's experienced that, and they want to kind of minimize the person's experience and be dismissive of it, and it doesn't help us grow as a society. So shout out to you for being like a real one. So Nina.V's a real nigga for real. Y'all fake as hell. Anyways,
And she'll call y'all all out.
something that was really
My name too.
Something really important that you brought up too is like the historical context. Like, sometimes people will say, well, isn't it cultural appropriation when a Black person wears their hair straight? It's like, no, bitch, it's not. You need to think about the historical context, right? Like, you have people who are saying that have not been marginalized or discriminated against for their straight hair. So what are you talking about? Like, you know, you want to wear braids. I'm not saying you can't wear cornrows. And yes, they're cornrows, not boxer braids. But I'm not saying you can't wear those. I'm saying you need to know the historical context and know that we were discriminated against, and we couldn't get jobs, we would get fired, right? We would be abused and taken advantage of, and people would take our hair as their own, cut it off and use it for furniture and et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of historical context to Black hair, right? Like, it was, and what was it, 2019, we just started being able to like wear our natural hair in the workspace. Like, they made it illegal to fire people like for wearing their hair naturally. Like, this is 2000, what are you talking about? You know, like, this is new shit. This is real shit that's happening. So you need to know that historical context. You cannot just say, yeah, I'm wearing these boxer braids and I look so good, but that Black girl wearing them looks ghetto. You got the name wrong. you're wrong.
Mm.
That's offensive and disrespectful.
Mm.
And you don't even know. And don't say, well, I'm not a racist just because I think that. No, you are, because you're not taking the time to like learn the historical context. Yeah. So I love that you brought up like history there, because it's essential.
I feel like that's what makes the two truly like divided. For the appropriation part is being ignorant and not having that knowledge or background in the history of it. Appreciation is like, okay, I see why that person wears what they wear because all of the history and knowledge of behind wearing it, is it, I don't want to get this wrong, like Muslim when they wear hijab. Or things like that. And then when there be people in their school, they see a Muslim person for the first time, they're like, why are you wearing that? And like kind of bullying them because they don't understand, they're ignorant.
And then as soon as a celebrity wears a hijab, it's like, all of a sudden,
I need to get one.
And they'll change the name to something else and be like, yeah, like it's so good, it protects you from the sun and like it looks so elegant and and they'll just act as if that a person who's Muslim who's been wearing a hijab their whole life has that like that's never happened, that's never a thing.
It was never.
And now it's just a trend. Why are you upset? It's just a trend. No, it's my culture. And you don't respect my culture, so you shouldn't participate. For me, bottom line is if you don't respect the culture, you can't participate in it. Like that is bottom line. Like, that is what makes it culture appropriation for me. Like you wanna eat our food, you wanna wear our clothes, you wanna listen to our music, you wanna make our music, but you don't respect us. That's cultural appropriation. There's no other way to package it. You can't say, oh, well, I actually learned this from someone else and they were Mexicans. Like, great. That Mexican person that you learned this from was participating in our culture. This is actually a real scenario. I'm not making this up. A rapper, Owen Overdose. Sorry if that name triggers y'all, because he's got like a list of scandals. I actually don't even know if I should say his name because I don't want to bring him any attention or any positive. Like I don't want him to benefit from, even having this discussion.
Don't worry, he will drag his name.
Because, I think he does it for attention, but he basically was like, I don't know why I need to support Black Lives Matter, but it's like, you're a rapper, bro. You're a rapper.
Your whole career
is based on our culture. So, I think that was a weird thing to say. And then on top of that, you're going to tell your followers that you learned about hip hop through your friend who's Mexican. It's like, that's fine. But your Mexican friend was teaching you our culture, Black culture. So, like, starting back to what I originally said, if you don't respect us, you don't respect our culture, you shouldn't be benefiting. You getting paid, you getting a check, my nigga? Like, nah. What's wrong with that? I don't like that. But I think that that some people rage bait Black people. Like, they do these kind of things on purpose because there's a group of fans, like, I just call them the apologists. They're just like people who are obsessed with people in scandal. So like, if there's a hate train, if someone gets hated on, there's this group of fans who will support them just because they're getting hated on. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter why they're getting hated on. They will support them because they like it. Like something about artists or a person, a public figure who gets a lot of hate, they want to support them immediately. Like
that is weird.
There's a whole, this is a podcast about fandom culture. Okay?
Oh my God.
That's a whole, and some of y'all don't know that that's y'all, but y'all probably listen to this now like, oh shit, do I do that? Like some people, it's like, oh, I like this person. And you're like, you'll ask them why, and they'll start talking about, oh, everybody hates them, and everybody, da-da-da-da. You're like, great, but like, why do you like them?
Right.
I'm not asking you about how other people feel. I'm asking you why you like them.
Oh.
And they don't even know what to say. You like them because you like that they're a hated public figure. And so the reason I'm bringing that up is because
I just got triggered. I got so triggered. It's like, I'm sorry, this little tidbit of the love scene. Like when you're finding a partner out there, a significant other, and you meet someone of the same race. Why don't you like Black women? Oh, no. Well, why do you like white women? Oh, because Black women never give me a chance to do it. That is what? just came to mind and triggered me. That's why.
It's like, I didn't ask you why you don't like black women. I asked you why.
Like, white women. Or Latinas. Yo, I'm a Latina boy. I'm like,
Nothing wrong with that.
that's
But
crazy.
you need to know why you like this. If it's just based off anti-blackness, you're racist. Anyways, and now I'm talking, black people can be very offensive to black people as well and like participate in like white supremacy. So y'all need to check yourself, okay? Make sure you check your biases. But circling back, yes, like I know it's okay. It's connected.
Oh god.
I just feel like it's not cool that these people continue to profit off of other people's culture and then they basically because the apologist fandoms will support them no matter what they're doing. And it happens not just black people, and it happens a lot to Asian people as well. Like people will constantly be culture appropriation, in terms of like the kimono being a trend and like people not wanting to connect it to its Japanese roots. Like that was a whole thing where people were like, oh, I remember Kim Kardashian, originally Skims was called Kimono. And some people were like, you're being so dramatic by making her change their name. No, they're not. She's not Japanese. She's about to make millions of dollars off of their culture. And what did she do for their culture? And So I think it was a smart business choice to change the name. But a lot of people are mad. Like, no, why? You guys just hate everything she does. You just hate her. Those are apologists fans. You just hate everything she does. No, the people were saying, what's this have to do with us? How are we going to benefit from this as Japanese culture? We're not, right? You've literally done, nothing for us. I mean, now she's trying to be a little bit more self-aware, so that's good. But, it's just weird. So, yeah, I think accountability, you got to hold yourself accountable for your actions, right? Like, this is a little bit of a culture appreciation 101. If you want to move from one to the other, right? If you want to stop if you're realizing that's what you're doing, you want to stop culture appropriating and move into culture appreciation. You gotta hold yourself accountable. Acknowledge that you're doing something out of pocket, right? Then you gotta check your biases. Like, why do I think that? Why am I doing that? Right? And then get to know people from the culture you're interested in. You don't have to stop liking hip hop and soul food because you're not black. You just need to actually learn about the culture from black people and like be around black people.
Blueprint.
And I don't mean like antagonize black people because they're gonna tell you go Google. Don't ask me a bunch of questions. Go Google. I know I'm yapping a lot. I'm tired.
No,
Y'all,
that's right. No, you got it.
Just if you're listening, you're tired of hearing my voice. Too damn bad. I actually am not a fan of the, you need to Google it conversation. I might get a lot of hate from that from black people. Black people, I want to tell you right now, I love y'all, okay? I love my people. And I think if you want to tell someone, stop asking me questions, go Google it, you have the right to. I'm not telling you not to. I don't subscribe to that because I don't want people learning about my culture via Google and via other people who aren't black. I wanted you to learn about my culture from my people, right? Like, so I am an educator and I'm going to tell you about my culture if you're curious. Obviously, there becomes a point where like you're badgering me and it's inappropriate because if you're coming with an agenda to like prove me wrong about something in my culture, get the fuck out of my face, right? But if you're actually coming to learn and you're actually curious and you actually are interested and you want to help uplift my community, I'll be your teacher. I will preach the good word of my beautiful culture. Absolutely.
Y'all better stop trusting Wikipedia. I'm tired.
And I'll stop there because I'm talking a lot. I'll let the other ladies talk.
Oh, I feel like we touched on everything. The respect, the history, the understanding as to why. I feel like now that you said that about not running to Google about everything, like I feel at times when multiple people tell someone don't do this, especially if it's disrespectful to them, you shouldn't be asking why anymore.
Girl, say that again.
Don't ask why again and again and again. I had this conversation with you 30 times. And it just irritates me, and then it makes me want to walk away from you, like, altogether. Like,
if someone tells you that is disrespectful,
Just take it for what it is.
don't ask them why.
Oh my god.
Absolutely not. Apologize. Don't ask them, oh, why? Especially, like I said, if it's feeling like if your agenda is to antagonize them. Like, what the fuck? Bitch, I want you. I mean, we don't condone violence. And that doesn't really happen to other people, really. No. It really happens to Black people a lot.
Oh my god.
People were like, oh, don't say the N-word if you're not Black.
That is the
Why?
peace, bro.
Any other person, any other culture can say, don't say said word because it's my culture. No one's going to push back.
No one questions it.
But with us, people always push back. But you got to say it all the time. Yeah.
We're taking it back.
Blood, sweat, tears, death behind that word. We have the right to say it. Why are you at what bitch? Because I said so. Why? Because I said so. Ugh. How about that? What the hell? And stop thinking if you just live the trap life, then that's good enough. You're basically Black. You're not Black.
That's not, no. Oh, and the excuse of, I grew up around Black people and doesn't let me say it. I don't care.
Did you grow up with me?
No. No, I don't care.
So shut the fuck up. We didn't grow up together. So, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. It is weird they do that, right?
Oh my god.
It's like, I just told you you did something, you said something to me that's disrespectful. If I tell you, damn, you were so ugly, like, you need to do something, like, get some plastic surgery, and not, you're like, oh my god, that's disrespectful. And I'm like, what? Me and my family talk like that all the time. Everybody, that's just how we talk. Like, why are you offended? It's the same thing, right? The hell? The fuck is wrong with people?
Clocky.
Sorry, this episode is a kind of a mess, guys. It's my birthday weekend. I've been getting lit. We're barely awake.
So we doing it for y'all.
Well, what did Mariah Carey say? I'm gonna do the best of what I got. But yeah, shout out to people who culture share. Shout out to the people who always want to participate and learn more. That's really how you heal the world, right? Like, that's really how you make the world a better place. Moving towards unity.
Especially when you say that it's the people who have taken the time to do the studying and go abroad.
Yeah.
They're still kind of on their tiptoes to see, like, they have that air of caution.
It's a learning curve.
They wear like kimono and hanbok, and they have spurs. Sometimes you just need to ask.
Yeah.
And they love it. They eat it up. They're like, oh my god, you're wearing, it looks so beautiful on you. I've worn a Vietnamese áo before, and they said, it suits you so well. It's like, and it just made me feel appreciated. That's
We're amongst their community. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big part. Just be a part of the community if you want to learn about another culture. If you think something's really cool, there's nothing wrong with that. If you think something's like, wow, this is beautiful, nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you're being curious, being respectful, and participating with the people who actually have ownership of said culture. It's not that hard. It's okay that's a learning curve, and then there's some margin for error. We're all gonna make mistakes, we're human. Don't try to deflect or be defensive, own it, and then work on it and become better. Like, it's okay, but don't, just
I feel like that's the biggest barrier. Girl, I think it's so fancy. Like, well, I know what to do with this. Sorry, that's me rambling on.
No, you're not rambling. Trust me, I'm the ramble king. You're good. Nina. Anything you want to say?
That's a weird question. Well, you're Hispanic, right? Hispanic. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Like, what's your Afro-Latina? But the Latino part, I know a lot of Hispanic or Latinx don't. Like,
how you feel about Drake when he said that?
She's like, I can go back, please. Like, what's your story? Like, have you ever gone through, like, someone?
You have had.
You have, bro.
Here's the thing about me. my type of brown skin, I'm not black enough to make white people feel uncomfortable, but I'm also, not white enough to fit in, I
Take
guess.
any white privilege. You can't get none of that.
No. I did have a past job where I was pretty much the only colored person there, and so I definitely felt like the only colored person there.
Yeah.
So
Other
tidbits, but the thing is, since I'm not looking for the racism or the fact that, I am not the effective target of racism, so my eyes are just
radars off.
it's off. It's way off.
Take you a minute to notice a microaggression or something like that.
Yes. A lot of my family are more of the dark skin, so they've had plenty of racism experiences. They're not 100% black, they're not white, they're just kind of like in the crossfire. I've grown up having the N-word said around me constantly. As a child, children repeat things that adults say, and hearing why I'm not supposed to say it, that it's a bad word, but yet they're not going to explain why it's bad in the first place. So I have to be socially around people or to look at, slavery in media to find out why that word is bad. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you didn't learn it through. You had to learn on your own. You didn't learn it through.
Yeah, and I feel like that's most of my experiences.
But I also feel like, some people disagree with this, but hey, everybody has their own opinion. But I feel like someone who is Afro-Latina or someone who is mixed race can say nigga. That's me personally. I know some people do feel like, they're not black enough. There's not enough. Your skin's not dark enough, so you can't say that. I like that you respect that. But I feel like if you could be called a nigga, because if you can be experienced what it's like, because for me, saying the word is about the experience. Like, someone can look at her and be like, get out of here, nigga, and say it in a way that's really offensive. She can experience what it's like to be marginalized or discriminated against because her skin is brown. So it's like to me, she is my nigga. Because we have those similar experiences.
Absolutely.
I can still acknowledge that her experiences are not going to be as harsh as mine because my skin is darker, and she can acknowledge that as well. That's literally why she's my nigga, because she can acknowledge that. Because if you can't acknowledge that you have certain privileges as a light skinned person, then you definitely shouldn't be saying it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna have we have similar ancestry, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, that's why I'm more comfortable with it. But I ain't comfortable. You don't got no liquor. Nothing. None.
But I feel like that's the battle.
You saying it? I don't like it.
That's the battle.
You have no blackness. You're saying it.
Hispanic, Latinx, who are the same skin tone. Yeah, I'm calling y'all out. Of the same skin tone. Be like, no, I'm not black. I'm not black.
And don't say
nothing. Don't choose to pick when you want to say it because of this and who you around. Yeah. Don't say it at all.
Yeah.
Cardi
B's a big discussion around that. It doesn't bother me that she says that she's also Afro-Latina, but she's, in the past, it's only identified as a Dominican. Recently, she's been saying, I'm a black woman, but I'm also Dominican. But people were always saying that she can't say it because she's not black. But
if you don't identify the blackness of yourself, you shouldn't be saying it.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. And some people feel like, like I said earlier, well, they're not black enough. I'm like, when we start doing that, it gives a little bit. It's giving a little bit slave. I don't like that. Like, I'm all about the unity. Black comes in a lot of different shades. It comes in different languages. It comes in different cultures. The diaspora is large. Like, so I feel like unity is really essential. But like you're saying, Zen, like, if you ain't part of the uni, get the fuck out. Stop participating.
The door.
Stop participating. The door.
Wait.
I think it's a good place to wrap it.
Yeah.
I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
We was going through a roller coaster.
These are kind of heavier topics, especially because fandoms are experiencing on a large scale. And when you're really passionate about something or an artist and they are participating in cultural appropriation, it can be hard to actually realize it or see it or detect it. And it's important that we're not afraid to hold people accountable. But I also don't think that you need to like assume the worst and assume like they're, oh my God, they're racist, and like those things don't go hand in hand. There's a connection that needs more. You need more context.
True.
The person might be racist, and you might need to stop fucking with them, or they might just need to learn a little bit more about like the culture that they're interested in. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you've experienced culture appropriation or if you participated in it and then you learned from it, definitely share that in the comments. We are, like I said, we're all human here, right? We're not, it's not a judgmental place, it's an educational space. But yeah, check us out on the next one. We have been your hosts. This is Saturn.
Nina.V.
And Jen.
And thank you for listening. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or do whatever the fuck they do here on Spotify.
See you later.
Yeah.